Hello, beautiful Leo gang, Leo Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs. Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. We're going to do your October monthly tarot reading. So that means there will be messages on both love, money, career, and finance, relationships, all those good things, and anything that else that wants to come through. Please come into the readings with an open heart and an open mind, a desire to learn something and better yourself. If the messages that come through don't resonate for you, feel free to push them aside. They may resonate for you at a later date, so you may want to revisit them. You are accountable and responsible for all your own actions and decisions. This is, of course, optional advice, guidance, and energy check-in, so do with it what you may. Do trust your own intuition above all else. Let's get you some helpful, insightful messages for the month of October. So the bottom of your deck is Four of Coins. This is a very pensive energy. It's like holding back on, I think it's giving. I don't know if it's money or giving your time, love, attention, energy to something, but it's like you're trying to understand it from a different viewpoint or maybe see it through someone else's eyes, like gaining a deeper understanding of where you want to invest your energy. And for some of you, it's investing money too. So we'll see how that comes through. It's funny, there's a card hidden here. I can't wait to see what it is. The Hierophant, interesting. So there may be something that comes back around romantically that ends up in like a marriage. And I very, very infrequently see that in tarot readings. I'm typically not the tarot reader who puts much stock in sort of, the ex coming back. For a select few of you though, and I think you have to trust your intuition. It has to be a healthy connection, right? One where, both parties respect each other and allow each other to grow and thrive and evolve. But yeah, there might be some sort of situation, particularly with an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, particularly Taurus as well, or possibly a Scorpio, that comes back around. I have to say it. And the thing is, if they are coming back around, they seem to be coming as a king. So male or female, it's not so much a gender thing. It has to do with sort of the hierarchy of the court cards. They're coming in really strong. I don't know if you want and desire this connection, but I do see something from the past coming about that possibly ends in marriage. For others of you, it's just double confirmation that there may be a Taurus that wants to come back into your life, but you may have severed ties with it and you just kind of might be... The thing is, I see you sort of entertaining it a little bit, but it's more just that you like the attention and the flirtation of sending those messages back and forth. It kind of brings back memories of the connection you guys used to have. But for some of you, you're just like, yeah, it's not something I really want. So, I would guess do them the courtesy as much as you can or are willing to of letting them in on where you're at. I wouldn't want to give this person false hope because they seem to be like all in with you, Leo. Just putting it out there. That's for some of you, of course. That's not for all of you. For some of you, this is a really random message. I'm not sure what it has to do with dating, but I'm going to say it anyway. The idea of always starting anew and maybe not finishing what you start, that's something the universe is wanting to highlight and bring to your attention. And it's not to criticize you. It's just sort of to understand or to say that I think it has to do more with the high standards you have for yourself and for perfection. There's, especially maybe in Scorpio season, which is coming up at the end of the month. Right now we're in Libra season, which is all about balance. That can sometimes shift when we move into Scorpio season of these extremes, all or nothing. And some of you, it's like you're working on some sort of project and every time you flub up or something doesn't go right, there's almost like this, tear off the sheet of paper, crumple it up and throw it away and start from scratch. Only you keep doing that. And for some of you, that's like a metaphor, right? Maybe this is a metaphor for your dating life, right? Rather than giving it a chance and letting it evolve and seeing where it goes and, owning your mistakes or loving it despite sort of the awkwardness or the craziness or the unexpectedness of what happens, you're being asked to allow it to grow a little and thrive. It's like this little toddler, give it a chance at life. And I think this is probably a metaphor for maybe some of you who are always on the dating apps, playing the dating game. If you're not matching up with people, I would maybe just suggest, are you cutting off connections too soon? Are you not letting sort of you and this person kind of breathe some life into it and getting to know them on a deeper level, not just kind of superficial surface level stuff that, pleasantries and exchanges on the first few dates or whatever. Some of you, in a really beautiful energy, I see you being able to spend a lot more time with your children or your child. That looks really lovely and something that maybe you feel like you haven't had a great opportunity to do. For some of you, if you already are in some sort of partnership and thinking about children, you may get news of pregnancy, particularly if you tried like an alternate method, like I don't know if there was like a donor or something where there was an issue with pregnancy and you've been trying. You may actually get good news that, you're fertile. The seeds have been planted, and in which case it could be that, there's a child coming in your future. You may, there might also be a Leo child in the mix as well. I don't know if you're with a partner who has a child from another marriage, or you already have a child that is also a Leo, like whoever is watching this video. But yeah, just putting it out there. There may be a Leo child, or maybe this is you. Maybe this is you leaning into your creative energy, your childlike sensibilities, and sort of your imaginative wonderment and awe of the world around you, and using it to inspire you and how you move forward this month. It's a little cheesy, but that's how I roll. You know that. I'm a little cheesy. I'm okay with that though. So let's see, in terms of other dating messages for those who are completely single, some of you, it's like there's a decision that needs to be made about a person from your past, and it could be whether to finally kind of like cut ties and sever ties with someone who's maybe been in and out of your life. Maybe you don't necessarily consider them an ex. Maybe it's kind of like a friends with benefits thing. Definitely, again, earth energy is coming through really strong. It doesn't have to be, but I have like 3 cards indicating earth energy. So someone who, maybe they have strong earth in their chart. They may have a moon or a rising in Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, something like that, if not their sun. So yeah, some of you are at a kind of a standstill. It's almost like you've asked what you need of them to make this relationship work, and they're just not showing up in the way you need. The thing is though, like they're in it with you, and they're into you, and like their intentions seem to be good, but there's just something about what you guys both want. I'm not sure if you necessarily can see building a future with them yet at this point. I think that's where this is. It's like you're at this point where maybe someone is approaching you with, I don't want to say an ultimatum because that sounds kind of harsh, but more or less it's like, hey, are you in this with me? Or, are we exclusive now? Or, are we going to get married at some point? I think a lot of you are being approached with this ultimatum, and you're kind of like, you're having to think it through and analyze it. But with the Page of Swords in the future, there's something that's still like immature about this relationship. And I mean it sort of in the sense of the relationship as an energy itself. Something about the energy is still kind of immature and not meeting your, again, possibly high standards. Nothing wrong with having high standards, but are they realistic? Is there room for negotiation there? Are some things maybe not necessarily absolutely crucial in a relationship? If you have a vision board or a checklist of things, is it coming from a good place, or is it something that's maybe a little bit more superficial? And I'm just asking. I obviously don't know the answer to that, but things to ask yourself anyway. There definitely is a lot of people coming through. So for those who are single and looking, again, the signs I've mentioned: Scorpio, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo, Gemini, Leo. You have a lot of people. There's Capricorn again. Yes, some of you feel like if you were to enter into an exclusive relationship with this person, you would feel a little bit stuck, or it feels like a relationship that is very comfortable and familiar, but you worry that it's not going to grow and evolve with you as a person. Maybe you have, exciting career goals or plans, to start a family, or vice versa. Maybe you have no plans to start a family because you want to invest your time, traveling the world, or whatever is precious to you. I think you're very apprehensive to do it with this person, and I'm sure you have your reasons, but I think you're worried about your freedom being taken away in some capacity. And it's possible with the energy coming through that maybe you are with a person who is a little bit protective or controlling or possessive. It's possible. And to be honest, guys, like obviously any quality in an extreme is bad. I don't get terrible vibes from this though. So if you are dealing with someone who does have a tendency to maybe be a little bit possessive or, a little bit needy, like they really love checking in with you, that might be a conversation you need to have with them about, like, listen, I like this, but here's what isn't working for me. Or do we want to move forward with this? Because you have to, if you're interested in questioning or doubting, but kind of wanting to give them a chance, well, you have to at least make it known to them what your criteria is or what isn't working, so that you can give this person the chance to, like, fix it or change their behavior or work on it. Some of you may enter into counseling, specifically like family therapy or counseling, to work on a relationship where it's not necessarily bad, but yeah, it's feeling a little bit stuck in terms of you guys progressing forward. It could be that there's a lot of, like, sexual passion, but just like the everyday life, it's like there's not enough for you. It's almost like you've moved past the honeymoon phase, and now it's kind of like we have to reinvigorate with this relationship with some passion and get it back to where it used to be. And the thing is, you do have a very strong card of revival. So that's what I mean. There's like a comeback. The comeback kid. I don't know who this is, but I'll be honest, like, I'm kind of rooting for them, Leo. I don't know if you're in it, but there is a need to let go of perfection and superficiality and letting go of a fixed vision of something, this ideal standard that you're trying to live up to, that you're holding yourself accountable to, that other people. There's nothing wrong with having dreams and wishes, but again, it has to be rooted in that earthy reality of, can we actually make it happen? And not only that, living in the now and the present, and understanding when sometimes we just have to be grateful for what we do have, and what sometimes it is about, for now it is good enough. And I'm not saying that has to be your long-term trajectory. Of course you're going to have goals, but I think you guys know what I mean. Petty fights and arguments too, that's something that kind of needs to be released or worked on. Temperance, let's see. Some of you may have a connection with a Sagittarius that you're being asked to let go of. And that also might be a conflicting issue with you moving forward in a committed partnership with someone, because you may kind of be on, doing the dating game and mixing it up with different people. But yeah, for some of you, it's like you're not quite ready to let go of your Sagittarius, even though this happens all the time in tarot readings. It's like you want a commitment from them, but another person wants a commitment from you. Like, there may be multiple people, and I'm not necessarily getting infidelity per se. I haven't really seen that yet. But there is kind of this, like, everybody else has eyes on someone else, just as like almost like as a safety net, just like keeping tabs on that other person, like, just in case. And I'm a realist. I get it that happens, but hopefully in a committed partnership, you don't have wandering eyes, right? Just putting it out there. For some of you, you're being asked to, I don't know what this has to do with dating, but like cancel travel plans, and you seem to be disheartened about it. It may also have to do with where you want to live long term or where you hope to travel to. Something about a partnership may put a strain on those plans or negate them entirely. And so again, there's this contemplative, am I willing to do that? What am I willing to sacrifice to be in this relationship? And what do I feel like I'm sacrificing now that I'm done sacrificing? Like, I want to live my best life, and this is like, what is your non-negotiables, essentially? Yeah, some of you babies in your future. That's exciting. Cancerian and Leo energy. So those are cuspy signs. Also father and mother energy. So again, for those who are interested, I definitely see potential for babies and starting a family. Congratulations if that's you. Or adding more to the mix for that matter if you already have kids. Some of you, there's a writing project. Specifically, some of you are going to be writing a children's book. I totally see that. It might not be for everybody, or someone in your network may be doing that. You may be asked to, I don't know, proofread or edit or add illustrations or do the publishing or the social media for it. I don't know. Something about a children's book. Again, single and looking, it's possible in the future there might be a connection with a Cancer or another Leo. There's your Four of Coins again. And what is hiding under it? What is being contemplated? The Tower. Major changes. Sometimes upheaval. I don't hate this tower, especially given like the spread that we've had. If you're in a relationship where you have stopped evolving as a spiritual being, right, which is what you're meant to do in life, if you're at a point where it's just there's nothing of value in it, you don't see value in it, and this person isn't respecting you, you're checked out, they're checked out, the universe is going to come in and change that, right? We can avoid that by being proactive in our own life and making those changes ourselves, right? But for some of you, like that's what I mean. Like it's too familiar or it's too comfortable. So, this could end up being a divorce for some of you. But the thing is, it wouldn't be shocking. It would just be a major change up. That's all. But the thing is, some of you need that. Some of you need to be liberated from something that just isn't healthy. And the thing is, you don't really love this person anyway. It's just coming to terms with that and saying it out loud is very scary. Others of you, this could absolutely be unexpected news of pregnancy. I mean, it wouldn't be shocking if, you're sleeping together, right? But yeah, for some of you, it's like, whatever method you're using for birth control, like, didn't work that time. So there could be, the thing is, though, even if there is unexpected news of pregnancy, it looks really, like, delightful and joyful. Like, is this not the happiest card you've ever seen? Like, this just looks lovely. So anyway, children are definitely on the horizon for some of you. Some of you need to let go of your Sagittarius if you want to make it with the Cancer. It might also, again, involve a Leo or a Capricorn. All right, let's talk about money, career, and finances. For my Leos. Let's just leave that cute little card smiling at us. It's so cute. So cute. Some of you are going to get a sign or a symbol with a butterfly. I see some of you walking through like a jewelry store and you see something that has a butterfly on it, or you see someone with a tattoo of a butterfly, and it's confirmation of whatever you were thinking or feeling at that moment. It's like the universe is sort of winking at you, whatever that is. I don't really know what that has to do with, but that's something personal that like you'll know about. Also the color purple. All right, here we go. So, money, career, and finances. The Hanged Man. So you have a lot of energy of needing to think things through and sort of see things from a different perspective, take it in, not rush into any decisions, but there might be a little bit of like a stuck feeling, some stuck energy. So let's see. What else can I tell you here? Some of you feel like you're working on some sort of team and they have sort of positioned you to take the lead on some sort of case or project or whatever to sort of fight the battle. It's almost like you're holding the sword. You have to be sort of the fighter of truth and justice. But some of you, like, you're not really stoked to be chosen for that role. And I don't know if it's like a long-term thing or whatever, but it sort of feels like they are, what is the expression? Not setting you up for failure, but some of you feel like you're not really equipped to handle this scenario, and it's like they're, what is the expression? It's like they're feeding you to the sharks, maybe? Yeah, I think that's the expression I'm looking for. I don't know if it's as scary as you're anticipating or you're just kind of letting your fear take over. Let's see. Yeah, to be honest, like, let's see. I can kind of see this going both ways. I feel like you got a good tip or a good piece of advice. Okay, yeah. This is about being strong on your own and not feeling like you need to be backed by your team and supported all the time. And obviously in life, you've had to be independent and strike out on your own, and you likely have and done quite well. But yeah, there's some situation where you feel like a little bit naive or inexperienced, wet behind the ears, however you want to say it. And it's just like you've been chosen. You are the chosen one. So you have to go on this journey or this mission, and that might be a metaphor, right? Complete this task as best you can with the skills and abilities that you do have. I think you're going to crush it. I think if you don't have confidence, it's like fake it till you make it. And this is an experience that's going to help you learn and grow. And again, not striving for perfection. Like if you flub up or make mistakes, you're only human. It's okay. Move past it. You don't have to replay it in your head over and over again and beat yourself up. It's like there's that shadow side of you that is always critiquing yourself and wanting to be better. The thing is, you're perfect as you are. That's why you were chosen or nominated. That's a really good word for this. It feels like you were nominated to represent the team and go do something. And this may even be your family too. You may be speaking on behalf of a client or a certain party. And I see you sort of, honestly, I'm seeing like sort of trembling with fear, but it's like, what is that expression? It's like, speak your truth even if your voice shakes. Because what you're doing seems to be very important. And in terms of letting go of the star, I think it has to do with letting go of perfection, but I also think it has to do with like friendship dynamics and being more comfortable amongst your peers and with your team, and maybe being in like a group dynamic where you don't have to take the limelight or lead the brigade, however you want to say it. But I think the universe is trying to get you to understand whatever that fear is that's holding you back from doing it. That's really what you need to lean into and really like work to understand this month, because that's where the money's going to be. You have okay money cards, Three of Pentacles and Knight of Pentacles. It's earth energy, right? It's slow moving. They're okay. They're certainly not bad cards, and the cards surrounding it aren't bad per se. The Eight of Swords, though, definitely talks about our thoughts sort of running amok. And sort of self-sabotage of, again, like beating yourself up, being really self-critical, thinking, worst case scenario, worst possible outcome. That's just not going to happen. I mean, I read this as past, present, future. In the future, you have Justice, which is a really strong card for, things working out well in equilibrium and how they're supposed to. You have some sort of like shine about you. There's something that is very attractive about whoever you're presenting to. You're very persuasive. That's a good word for with the Justice card coming through. But you don't think you are. You don't believe you are. So you're being asked to work on that this month, because, again, it's like sharpening another tool on your tool belt so that you can use it in the future. And it's only going to be advantageous to you, Leos, to do that, because it's something that you can add to your resume, or, it may open up some sort of new opportunity or avenue for you to go down that is quite lucrative. But it's like you're still sort of on what is the expression? It's like you have the scent of it. You're kind of you feel like the universe is having you go down a path, and you might not totally understand why, because it's a little bit uncomfortable for you. It puts you in kind of an awkward position, but it doesn't have to be. Trust your gut. Again, fake it till you make it, but you've been chosen for a reason. So above all, like, have faith. The universe knows this isn't what you want to do, but I think it's something that you should do. It's about moving through fear, despite how you may be feeling. And that Hangman energy does say, like, I don't really understand why this is happening. This is kind of like awkward and uncomfortable, and I don't want to be stuck in this position. But you are, so I think part of it too is about making the best of it. Let's ask a little bit more. Actually, we'll keep using this deck. Why not? We're using Friends Tarot. Why not? Understanding that your thoughts are just your thoughts, and you choose which ones you give power to, right? A lot of false beliefs too about yourself. Low vibing energy, right? When the swords are facing down, they're not sort of high vibe, right? They're not channeling those messages from a higher power. So yeah, being stuck in old patterns of thoughts about yourself, and sort of replaying, trauma and memories of things maybe you were told that you weren't good enough, or you weren't smart enough, or all those things that, we carry around with us until we actually do the work to kind of transform ourselves and shed the old skin and be that sort of confident, beautiful, amazing entrepreneur that we want to be, or whatever it is, right? Judgment, yeah. Past narratives that you're playing in your head, we got to get rid of them. That being said, you have an idea in you that could be a book, that could be turned into a book. And I think we said that earlier. Some of you, it's like a children's book. Others of you, there's just a piece of writing that it's like it's meant to come out of you. Even if you don't publish it, even if nobody ever sees it. For some of you, it has to do with writing a letter to a parent or an ex or someone who hurt you and did a lot of damage. And it's almost like you're writing a letter that you're never going to send, but the idea is to get it out and say everything you need to say. And ultimately, a lot of you, it's like, I forgive you, even though I'm never going to get that apology, or I'm never going to get that closure. A lot of you, it's like this very cathartic kind of release of this pent up anger or emotions or sorrow or pain, whatever it is, but it has a lot to do with how you move forward in the world. And clearing that out, clearing the skeletons out of the closet, it could be life-changing for you. I think you're going to be really glad that you went back and did it. Again, Scorpio season for that. So the end of October, like October 21, 22, 23, that's when we're into Scorpio season where shit's going to get real for a lot of people. It has a lot to do with our psychology and the hidden depths of our psyche. So be willing to go there even though it's an uncomfortable energy. Some of you, something about fashion or designing or I don't know if you're making clothing or designing clothing, accessories, doing some sort of online shop. You may be hired to do I don't know, it could even be in retail. I don't know what this is, but it's something you seem to be excited about. Others of you, you may be asked to model a piece of clothing, or you might be making clothing, or I don't know, there's reason that you get dressed up, like you put on like a fancy costume or outfit or, tuxedo or whatever it is. It's like there's like a gala or an event in your future regarding your work. Some sort of major award is being given or handed out, and you're at least in attendance of this ceremony. It might not be that the award is given to you, but there's something very inspiring about being among people who are achieving their goals and dreams, and it's a great networking opportunity. Absolutely. Especially for those who want to work in television, or film, media, radio, journalism, anything like that. There's an opportunity to like network with your peers. And for some of you, it's like there's I don't know how to say this. There's like opportunity to brush shoulders with like people who are like low-key famous. I'm not talking like Julia Roberts or whatever, but like I don't know, there's like an element of celebrity to this. Like somebody may be making a speech at some event that you get to attend, and they're like a really big heavy hitter in their field of work. And yeah, there's some, like, you get to go, which seems really chill and cool. And you may have to travel to get there, which I think you absolutely will. And in fact, it might even be on the company's card if that's a thing for you. You may not have to pay for the travel. You may also be asked to write about this experience and then publish it. And for some of you, that's like your big break in. If it doesn't have to do with meeting a celebrity or being amongst a celebrity, it's something about writing about or reflecting about this experience and this experience you have in publishing it. It's like it catches the eye of somebody very important who can help sort of support you and launch your career in a sense. This actually feels like very cool and very important. All right, cool. I know that was very specific, obviously not for all of you, but hey, take it if it resonates. Let's do an oracle card or two and we'll wrap it up for Leo. I love that reading. You guys had some high vibe energy. For Leo. Healing chaos. All right. Let's see. The sacred landscape wants you to know. When you receive this card, it acknowledges potential chaos or the need for chaos as an activator for profound healing. If your life seems chaotic, know that it has an underlying energy of healing. You are being healed on all levels. You are also a healer. Alternatively, if your life is calm to the point of being stagnant, this card suggests that it might be time to create a bit of chaos in your life. It will activate healing. Do the unexpected, mix life up a bit. A lot of butterflies, just saying. Look out for those butterflies and confirmations. And then we'll do one more of these, the Rose Oracle. Thought this was pretty for Libra season. Felt appropriate. All right, for Leo, what can we get for my Leos? Just one, please, just one. Thank you. This says Whispers of Mother Earth, creativity, ideas, inspiration, artist, writer, and channel. Some of you, that's exactly what you needed to hear. All right, let's see. Creativity and intuition come from the same sacred place. They cannot be reproduced. They occur when we find ourselves overflowing with the rest of life. Earth is a planet of creativity, and yet so many of us have forgotten how to truly create. So much of humanity has been raised to consume. We're so focused on more that we've forgotten how to grow sustainably. Our consumption is killing us. Trust the seeds have been planted within you. Somewhere along the way, we stop seeing ourselves as artists, creatives, poets, and singers, yet to be human is to be creative. It doesn't matter what the result may be. Just carve out time to express your soul through creativity. The seeds have been planted within you and will show you the way. You have the intelligence within them, and all you need to do is tend them through daily grounding and creative action. For your soul inquiry, ask, what does your soul most yearn to create? All right, beautiful Leo gang, please remember to like, share, subscribe. I would truly appreciate it. Have a beautiful October. I will see you soon for more tarot. Bye, guys.